It's real live music right here in beautiful downtown Knoxville, Tennessee. We're here inside Visit Knoxville, and you can feel free to come join us if you like. If you can't be here with us today, know that it is streaming live right now from all of our WDVX socials, as well as our YouTube channel, where you can watch it back later at your convenience. So our guests today, they've been on this show in different forms and fashions with different acts. This one is relatively new to us. This is just their second visit with us here on the Blue Plate Special. It's Bill Cabbage, Griffin Cavender Van, and the C&V Radio Hour on the Blue Plate Special. 2, 3, 4.
I remember long ago when my family still had our home. It was by a river flowing free through the hills of Tennessee. On the farm there stood a wall, and in my youth it seemed so tall. In the morning and all through the day, it was where my brother and I would play. And then one evening a stranger came with the news that I couldn't understand. They were to dam up the river and flood the land, and our little farmhouse no longer would stand. So in the name of energy, he told us that we had to leave. Oh, my old stone wall, the place where my first home did fall. I remember when I was small, how the water covered the old stone wall, how the water covered the old stone wall. When it came time for us to go, we stood and looked at that river down below, and Father wept, for he could not control the sorrow of losing his home. We stayed with family till winter's end, but had no prospects for till-worthy land. So we moved to the prairie, hot and dry, with no bloody river inside. Oh, my old stone wall, the place where my first home did fall. I remember when I was small, how the water covered the old stone wall, how the water covered the old stone wall. Many years have come and gone, so they will understand their roots. I tell my children the story of my youth, and late at night it calls to me, that river in Tennessee. Oh, by old stone wall, the place where my first home did fall. I remember when I was small, how the water covered the old stone wall. By old stone wall, the place where my first home did fall. I remember when I was small, how the water covered the old stone wall. How the water covered the old stone wall. How the water covered the old stone wall. Thank you. Thank you. That's a song I wrote several years ago about the damming of Norris, or the Clinch River, to make Norris Lake, and really just about how all kinds of areas around this part of the country changed a lot when the lakes were made. And that was a cool gift that just fell on the paper for me. Now we're going to do one of Bill's songs.
Right, this is one I've been working on for 40 years. Came up with this idea a long, long time ago and just never could finish it. And Griffin and I were just kind of comparing original stuff. And I said, well, what do you think about this one? And I played a little bit of it, and she said, oh, I kind of like that one. So I finished it. It's a song called Anna Lynn, and it's about a little girl I was in the first grade with, and she moved away in the middle of the year. And the rest of it is pure fiction. But anyway, here it goes.
And then I realized it was just my imagining. I'm not some big operator that comes on once in a while. I know that sooner or later I can make you smile. On the memory, and then you came back and it was all too real to me. I'm not some procrastinator that comes on once in a while. I know that sooner or later I can make you smile. Both been in, Anna Lynn. I've been trying all I can just to get inside you, but I don't want to stay there. You and me, baby, got a lot to learn. You and me, baby, got some bridges to burn. You open your heart and I walked right in. It's too late, it's too late, it's too late. I'm not some procrastinator who has a last minute style. I know that sooner or later I can
make you smile. I don't wanna stay there. You and me, baby, got a lot to learn. You and me, baby, got some bridges to burn. You opened your heart and I walked right in. It's too late, it's too late, it's too late.
Thank you.
This is CNV Radio Hour. With us here today on the Blue Plate Special. I keep wanting to say radio show because you're on a radio show. I don't know why.
The CMB radio show.
Yeah, okay. But it's hour, y'all. So we've got two people here who have come together. I think, as I recall from the last time, I think you all said this duo was born out of a bonfire,
Yes.
basically. Sitting around
Bonfires. Yes, many.
Sitting around fire picking,
Around the fire.
picking and singing.
Bill, I didn't know you were a songwriter.
He has a ridiculous amount of songs, and he just pops them out at me. We'll be playing, whatever we want to play, getting ready for a show or whatever, and then all of a sudden he's over there playing some ridiculous, awesome song, and I'm like, "Is that yours?" Yeah. Like, well, it's like a fountain. So anyway, it's awesome because it gives us new material to do whenever.
Well, it's kind of crazy because, he plays in multiple bands. He plays in a bluegrass band called Cats Away, and he plays in Pistol Creek Catch of the Day, which has been here many times on the show. And I never knew he wrote his own song because those bands basically do traditional or cover tunes.
Yeah, Pistol Creek does some originals, but yeah, we mostly covers.
Mostly covers. So
Yeah.
this duo kind of gives you the opportunity to show your singer-songwriter side.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome because, there's a couple of songs on our set that I do with the Naughty Knots and have done with Cherahela band before with my sister Millie. But we rework them. Like, we're getting ready to do one that I never get to play dobro on, which is really cool. Now I'm going to do my own song, but I'm playing dobro on it. So it kind of reworks them. It's really fun and gives me a chance to play the songs out and gives Bill a chance to showcase his songs. So it's a blast. We're having a blast doing
We're
it.
having fun. We're having a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, Bill recently retired. He
Yeah.
joined that luxury community.
Yeah. At first it was weird, and now I'm adjusting. But
So you have 3 bands.
I was going to say, that's how he fills his time. He's in like 4 different projects.
And then, as
Try to stay busy.
Griffin just mentioned, she's in the Naughty Knots. She has a band with her sister, Millie. But, well, first of all, happy birthday. You just had
Thank
a
you.
birthday.
I did.
And then Sister Millie just got hitched.
We got her married off on Saturday.
Did
she
you
got
have to
married
carry
on
the
Saturday.
shotgun, or did your dad
No,
do that?
she voluntarily went for it. It was gorgeous and fantastic, and I'm super
Of course it is.
excited for them.
Beautiful
So if
weekend.
they're listening out there, I doubt they are. They're in honeymoon land in Virginia, but if they are, love you guys and congrats. And it was just such a great weekend.
Well, Bill's band Cats Away will be playing Thursday.
Thursday, the Maryville Third Thursday, they've been having these events here for the last few months. They're doing something on Thursdays, and we'll be playing at a place, Cats Away, a place called The Basement on Harper Street. So just go look for us and listen.
Wander around downtown
just-
Maryville looking for The Basement.
Listen for fiddle music. It'll be Greg Bond on the fiddle, and that's another band I have a lot of fun in.
And then Pistol Creek Catch of the Day will be performing October 29th.
In Kingsport.
In
We're going
Kingsport.
on the road. That's a Music for Seniors show we're doing. We've done several of those, and they're a lot of fun. And this one's Kingsport, which is, man, that's a long way for us to go. We usually play like a mile from the house, but this is going to be a road trip. So,
Well, Griffin, on the other hand, was holding down a job, a
Yep.
husband, a couple of youngins.
Kiddos, yep, all the things.
Just
but
did the big wedding. And
we were waiting on the wedding to happen, and now I'm hoping to maybe have a few naughty knot gigs starting to sprinkle around.
All right.
And then the C&V Radio Hour are playing the Behind the Barn
It's a
in
big one.
Maryville, November 20th.
Okay, November
So Jeff
20th.
and Sarah's, yep, Behind the Barn.
Okay. So there's a second chance to get to see them. And we always encourage our audience to shake and howdy with them and thank them for being here with us today. It's C&V Radio Hour on the Blue Plate Special.
Thank you. We're going to do an original one that I wrote. I actually had my sister-in-law in mind when I wrote this song because she had a little boy and then 2 years later had twin boys. And when I wrote the song, I really had her in mind, but I didn't really realize that I was writing the song about myself because I ended up having Irish twins, boys 1 year apart. Who knew? So anyway, it's about how good your biscuits are. You might get in trouble if they're good enough. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, let me tell you a little story about my old kitchen. Been getting lots of attention for what I've been fixing. The man said he could smell them from a mile away. That's how he ended up on my front porch that day. Well, I bake them in the oven till they're flaky and hot. My baby dropped to one knee right on the spot. I thought I had it made when he said he would stay, but now I got a little man and twins on the way. 'Cause my cat head biscuits got me in trouble. I made them for my baby, now we're seeing double. To eat just one, well, it might be a struggle, but my cat head biscuits, they got me in trouble. Play it, Bill. Well, you can make them in the morning, you can make them at night. I used to put them on the table and watch the men folk fight in my cute little apron with some homemade jelly. But all I got for my efforts is a pregnant belly. 'Cause my cat head biscuits, they got me in trouble. I made them for my baby, now we're seeing double. To eat just one, well, it might be a struggle, but my cat head biscuits, they got me in trouble. Well, my mama had 7 and my daddy had 8. They laid hot biscuits down on every plate. I should have paid more attention to the family tree, and I'd have burned that darned old recipe. 'Cause my cat head biscuits, they got me in trouble. I made them for my baby, now we're seeing double. To eat just one, well, it might be a struggle, but my cat head biscuits, they got me in trouble. My cat head biscuits, they got me in trouble. I made them for my baby, now we're seeing double. To eat one. Well, it might be a struggle, but my cat head biscuits, they got me in trouble. The cat head biscuits, oh, they got me in trouble. Thank you.
This one's going to take a little retuning.
This is a Bob Dylan tune, isn't it?
I was going to say I wrote it, but yeah, you gave
It's
it
a Bill Cabbage tune.
No.
Isn't he brilliant? I believe we learned this one for the Bob Dylan birthday bash this year.
Yeah, we played there,
Yeah, we played and had a great time. And it's a beautiful song, so we're going to... And there's a gorgeous... So we're going to kind of do like the Rod Stewart vibe that he did on this song. And it has a really pretty like violin part. And I tried to learn it, and y'all don't want me to play that for you. It was not pretty. But Bill can do it on the guitar, so we're gonna do that.
It's called Tomorrow is a Long Time. If today was not a crooked highway, if tonight was not a crooked mile, if tomorrow wasn't such a long time, then lonesome would mean nothing to you at all. But if only if my own true love was waiting, and if I could hear her heart softly pounding, only if she were lying by me would I rest in my bed once again. I can't see my reflection in the water. I can't speak sounds that know no pain. I can't hear the echo of my footsteps or remember the sound of my own name. But if only if my own true love was waiting, and if I could hear her heart softly pounding, only if she were lying by me would I rest in my bed once again. There's beauty in the silver singing river. There's beauty in the sunrise in the sky. But none of these, nothing can match the beauty that I see in my true love's eyes. But if only if my own true love was waiting, and if I could hear her heart softly pounding, only if she were lying by me would I rest in my bed once again. But if only if my own true love was waiting, and if I could hear her heart softly pounding, only if she were lying by me would I rest in my bed once again.
we're going to do a little switcheroo here, an unusual switcheroo for me. And I'm going to move to the cajon, which is a percussion instrument.
It's a chair swap for the radio who can't see.
For
We have to remove the chair and add the cajon.
Right.
So we need a roadie.
It's a drum
this
that you
group.
sit on for those on the radio.
Yeah, so in my heart of hearts, I'm a drummer, but I don't have a drum set. But my awesome husband has been cultivating that a little bit, giving me like little percussion things for gifts and stuff. And I believe he got me this for my birthday or maybe Christmas. And I really haven't had an opportunity to use my djembe or my cajon or have a little stomp block thing much until now. But CNV Radio Hour is the perfect little opportunity to get those percussion instruments out and use them. So I've been playing them a little bit. Bill has messed around on it on one or two of our songs. So we're going to do an original song that Bill wrote, and I'm going to play the...
Yeah, this one's got a little story behind it. I went to a conference at Yale University years ago, and the way I went in there is this little airport just south of Yale, or south of New Haven. It's called Tweed, and it's this little thing, looked like McGee Tyson looked in the 60s. It just had a little bitty airport, and the only prop jobs went in there. And the Sunday I was supposed to go home, they had a nor'easter come in. You know, they just had a nor'easter out on the East Coast, but this one was in November. And I got up that morning, and there was snow everywhere, and they'd closed the airport. And I'm thinking, I'm not going to get home today. And but luckily, they did open the airport about 6 p.m. my flight. And what I remember about that is the old-timey chairs in the airport like they used to have out at McGee Tyson, and a TSA agent who just hated her life. And
Her misery created this.
I guess she was kind of under a little pressure or something. But I wrote this song about it. Got a good song out of it. And got home too. Got home that night. That was a good ending. So it's called "Waiting on a Wing." Show is over, packing up the case. Turn around and find an empty space. Think of one more song to sing. Everyone's gone on to their next thing. I was there just waiting on a wing. If you wanna go, I'll take you there. If you wanna stay, we'll stay right here. The only thing I really wanna do is take these chains and stay right here with you. I was there just waiting on a wing. Come and tell me, baby, how was your weekend? Were they all freaking over you? There's an airport in Connecticut, like it's stuck inside some 60s rut. It only has propeller-driven flight, but it got me home one stormy night. I was there just waiting on a wing. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's CNV Radio Hour with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. Quickly, I need to mention that support for the WDVX Blue Plate Special comes from listeners just like yourselves and from Barley's down in Knoxville's Old City. So we leave the visitor center on Fridays and head down to Barley's for the big plate at noon. And coming up this week on the big plate, Tuatha Dia will be with us. And you can learn more about them by visiting our website there at WDVX.com. Additional support comes from Modelo Especial and Corona Extra, as well as Visit Knoxville. It is a CNV Radio Hour with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. I just needed to jump in with a few sponsors. And just that quickly, Griffin's back in her chair again,
That's
so
right.
we're back to
You
music.
gave me the perfect chance to just change gears once again.
It's CNV Radio Hour on the WDVX Blue Plate.
All right, we're going to do a new song, hot off the press. I've had a version of this song written for about, I don't know, close to a year. But I just wasn't happy with the structure of it, so I actually finished it yesterday. So, hot off the press. It's about my favorite things, which are my husband and my two boys, Oren and Audie, and they're at school today. So they're not here or listening in. They're doing their schoolwork thing. But I just feel like amazingly blessed to be my husband's wife and the mother of these two awesome kids. So this is about them. If I had to list all my favorite things, I can name a million things that matter to me, like the sound of laughter, the wind in the trees, a letter from a friend I never see, or the way the water dances when the sun's going down. A cool autumn evening, with firelight dancing round. There are so many beauties of the world that come to mind. Treasures for an open heart to find. Oh, but they can't compare to the moments when you are there. You're like an evening in spring, a cool mountain breeze, wildflowers blooming on the banks of a creek. You're like the sound of water singing in the stream. Oh, darling, you're my favorite thing. lived wild and free. I had lots of dreams, and some of them came to be. But of all the dreams I held on to, way down in my soul, the best ones to come true were you. And oh, the joy you bring every day to your daddy and me. You're like an evening in spring, a cool mountain breeze, wildflowers blooming on the banks of the creek. You're like the sound of water singing in the stream. Oh, darling, you're my favorite things. And oh, this love is mine, and I'll love you until the end of time. You're like an evening in spring, a cool mountain breeze, wildflowers blooming on the banks of the creek. You're like the sound of water singing in the stream. Oh, darling, you're my favorite thing. Oh, darling, you're my favorite thing. Thank you.
Griffin Band.
All right. Gonna do a little switcheroo to the dobro real quick.
What's next?
Rain and Snow, your rock song.
All right.
All right. This is one that Bill brought to the table and reminded me of how awesome this arrangement of a classic tune is.
Yeah, I just want to say, and I heard this song for the first time on WDVX years ago, and I mentioned that because one thing that blew me away, it was this band called the Be Good Tanyas, and I just love that band. Kind of eccentric vocals and things, but they just
Super cool.
They just had this thing. But I wouldn't have ever heard that song if it hadn't been for WDVX, probably. And I want to mention just how great this radio station is for the music community. And folks out there, support this radio station any chance you get, because it's good. It's good for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, not only do you, as a musician and a songwriter, have the platform that WDVX gives, but as a music fan, there's so much out there that you're not going to hear on mainstream radio, so it's pretty awesome to have that.
It's an old folk song. A lot of people
Yeah, it's
covered
it's
it.
trad,
Yeah.
a traditional,
A
we
trad,
call
yeah.
trad. Trad wrote the song.
Nobody probably gets royalties for it, so. But this is a little more upbeat than you usually hear. Well, I had me a wife, gave me trouble all my life, put me out in the cold, rain and snow. Rain and snow, rain and snow, put me out in the cold, rain and snow. Well, she stood in the stairs, combed her long blonde hair, and her cheeks were as red as a rose, as a rose. Well, I ain't got no use for your red apple juice, and I ain't gonna be treated this old way. This old way, this old way. Now I ain't gonna be treated this old way. Well, she sat in the shade, counting every dime I made. And I'm cold and I'm hungry too. Hungry too. Hungry too. And I'm cold and I'm hungry too. Well, I had me a wife, shaved me trouble all my life, put me out in the cold, rain and snow. Rain and snow, rain and snow, put me out in the cold, rain and snow. Thank you.
CNV Radio Hour with us here today on the Blue Plate Special. We've got time for one last tune. But before they do that, we want to invite everybody back again. Tomorrow we'll do it all over again, but Kane and Kaylee will be here with us.
Ooh, they're so
Those are a couple of Perkles right there.
So good.
They're stepping out and doing their own thing these days, and they will return tomorrow. Reed Turchie will be here on Thursday, and Friday will be at Barley's for the big plate with Tuatha Dia. Saturday, back here inside Visit Knoxville with Elise Witt and Tim Chandler. Find the complete schedule right there on our website at WDVX.com. We are listener supported. There's always a little donation box in the back of the room. A little love in the box keeps the good music going. Again, Thursday, Cats Away will be performing in Maryville at the Basement, and Pistol Creek Catch of the Day will be out there playing on October 29th in Kingsport.
Way out in
And
Kingsport.
CMV Radio Hour will be performing behind the barn November 20th.
I believe that starts at 7 now.
Okay, it's just
think
right
so.
before
They
the
start at
Thanksgiving.
7 now, so get there early. Get your pizza.
Well, you know, it gets dark so early. You know, you gotta. Okay, 7 o'clock. Shake and howdy with the band afterwards, and thank them for being here with us today, y'all. It's CNV Radio Hour on the WDVX Blue Plate Special.
Thank y'all so much for listening to us today. We've had a ball. We're going to do this last tune. I have been wanting to do this song for a really long time. It's one of my favorite Tony Rice tunes. It's not his original tune. I can't remember who.
Tom Paxton, I
Yeah,
think.
okay.
Yeah.
But Tony kills it on Church Street Blues album, I believe. And we're going to do this one for you. I'm going to live my Tony Rice moment because I love Tony Rice. It's called The Last Thing on My Mind.
Which is the last thing on our list.
Yes, the last thing on our show. He said, listen, too late for the learning, made of sin. of sand. In the wink of an eye, my soul is turning in your hand, in your hand. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. As we walk alone, my thoughts are tumbling round and round, round and round. Underneath our feet are subways rumbling underground, underground. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. You got reasons aplenty for going. This I know, this I know. For the weeks have been steadily growing. Please don't go, please don't go. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. As I lie in my bed in the morning without you, without you. Every song in my head dies a morning without you, without you. Are you going away with no word of farewell? Will there be not a trace left behind? I could have loved you better, I didn't mean to be unkind. You know that was the last thing on my mind. You know that was the last thing on my mind.
Thank you.
Thank y'all so much. Have a great day.
That's CMV Radio Hour. Thank y'all. Join us again next time for more real live music on the Blue Plate Special.